Hey sneak peekers, it's a rainy Friday at the Austin Film Festival, but we're still here delivering you the red carpet for By Sidney Lumet, a documentary about the famous filmmaker. So what was the first Sidney Lumet film you saw and what'd you think of it?
Probably 12 Angry Men. It's a wonderful movie. One of the beauties of making this movie is it gave me a chance to look at all of them again. I watched them in chronological order, one right after another, and it was a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to get to know his work years afterwards. So it was exciting.
And his book that he wrote, Making Movies, which I thought was fascinating, he reveals a lot about himself and his mindset, when he both in film and in life. Does this documentary reveal anything else that his book didn't cover?
Well, I hope you'll see it and find out. Yes, it does. He's very generous in that book about the technique of making movies, but this really deals with his soul. It deals with what mattered to him, what issues were important to him, what it felt like to be a filmmaker at age 83, looking back. It was a very important interview for him. It was probably his last interview.
Yes, this film was made up of a long interview that a lot of people really haven't seen at all. Yeah, most people haven't seen, and also his footage from his 44 films. So when you were constructing this and putting it all together, were you trying to find more of a story or a narrative, or more of a retrospective?
I would say it was more of a story and narrative. And again, I don't want to give too much away, but it is framed by a very important incident that happened to him. And we find ourselves thinking about that through the film, and recognizing that these kinds of moments really do affect the way we make movies and the stories we want to tell.
And we have a lot of film majors at UT that really want to make documentaries. Do you have any advice for them?
Don't give up. Don't take no for an answer. Make a film that you really feel personally involved in. You don't have to be involved in it personally, per se, but you have to care a lot about the subject, because it is very hard work, but it's important work.
Is there something you want people to learn? Most young people, sadly, they don't know Sidney Lumet or his work, like Network and 12 Angry Men and, Dog Day Afternoon. Is there something you want young people to learn about Sidney Lumet?
He made films that mattered to him, and those films that he had a tremendous social consciousness, and I think that those kinds of movies, it's not the message in the movie is not that apparent. It comes through the movie. It comes through the storytelling, and that's what he cared about. And I think that these movies have lasted. There's a reason they've lasted. There's a reason that people like yourself know about Serpico and know Dog Day Afternoon and know 12 Angry Men and know Network, because they've lived on, and that's because he did have an important message, but he made sure his films were entertaining at the same time.
Nancy, I'm so excited to see this film. Thank you for your time.